back. This is Boomer Life on CL 650.
Talking with Don Schooler, the Director of Clinical Services at the Jericho Counselling Clinics around Vancouver. There are 3, one at Metrotown in Burnaby and 2 in the city, one at Cole Harbour and the other one at 805 West Broadway. The Cole Harbour location is 510 Burrard downtown. We're talking about anxiety and depression, and we hopefully will get to depression, but this whole business of anxiety, it really, a lot of other stuff spins out of it. And you said something earlier, Don, that I really want to return to. People practice having anxiety. I find that I find that weird. I don't doubt that they do.
Right.
So what do you mean?
Well, again, whatever I practice, I get really good at. So if I practice sit-ups, I can get really good at sit-ups. If I practice push-ups, I can get really good at push-ups. If I practice being a play-by-play announcer with hockey, I can get really good at that.
Sure.
If I practice paying attention to negative thoughts, I will get really good at that as well. Now, what a lot of people have no awareness of, because they haven't been taught, is that, in fact, I don't have any control over thoughts. The brain is built to generate thoughts. And the research, and I'm not sure who these folks are that sit around counting thoughts, but the research shows that the average adult brain, the adult human brain, spits out 50 to 75,000 thoughts in an average day.
Oh, boy.
Okay?
Okay.
So if I say to you, can you pay attention to all 50 or 75,000 thoughts in a day? You're going to go, no.
No.
And so then there's some almost unconscious, if not totally unconscious, mechanism by which each of us decides or sifts through which of those thoughts to pay attention to. And that's where the practice piece comes in, because it's 100% true that there's going to be some negative thoughts and some positive thoughts.
Sure.
It has to be true. The brain's got a quota. Get those out. So there's going to be some garbage, or I like to call it spam, to just be quota, those are, and then these others. Where I have the power and the choice is in where I'm going to focus my attention. But again, I don't actually know that I have that choice until I am taught it, and then get some ways to practice that.
Is it as simple, Don, as it's my choice to determine whether the glass is half full or half empty?
Yes. Yes.
It's that simple.
It's that simple. And when I say simple, I don't mean it's easy.
Right.
It's actually very hard.
It's a simple choice,
Yes.
but it's a difficult process.
Yes, exactly. And so one of the first bits of homework we often give to folks is start paying attention to what you're paying attention to. And as we go, we go get write out those thoughts that you find yourself habitually paying attention to.
Right.
And they're things like, I'm not quite good enough, I'm not skinny enough, I'm not smart enough, I'm not tall enough, I'm not rich enough, I'm not whatever enough, or this is going to go wrong, or that's going to go wrong, or, and these are very, very common ideas.
And some people actually spend a fair bit of time and energy on a daily basis being angry at people or things.
Absolutely. This isn't right, that's not right. And so what we try to get people to do is to get conscious of what they're paying attention to. And then really there's this lovely little sorting exercise that you can begin to do, because there's really just 2 kinds of thoughts. One kind of thought goes in the unhelpful category. The other goes in the helpful. And I want to spend almost all my time with thoughts that are helpful.
Right.
How did I know it's helpful? Well, it doesn't leave me feeling not good enough, angry, sad, anxious, depressed,
right,
hopeless. None of a thought that would lead me to feeling like that. How can that be helpful? Now, others will say, well, yeah, but if you're not paying attention to what could go wrong, and I go, have you been paying attention to all those negative thoughts? How's that working for you? To steal from Dr. Phil. But the truth is that if paying attention to those negative thoughts was going to have some sort of positive effect, it would have happened one of the first 5 or 10,000 times that I paid attention to them.
Right.
And it doesn't. So we work with folks to go, let's get you conscious and intentional about how you'd like to feel. Would you like to feel mostly calm and mostly peaceful and mostly engaged in the present moment?
And it's not that
right?
plastic happy face nonsense either, is it?
No, it's
because that's pretty insincere.
It's very insincere, and the notion of happiness is really at the root of most of our suffering here and now in this generation, right? I want to be happy. I want to be happy. Well, let's just go for calm and peaceful and present. Let's be engaged in the here and now. Because
Right.
if I'm there, I can engage with you as you are, and with him as he is, and they as they are,
And then at least you stand a chance of finding a little happiness.
Yes, exactly.
Right.
And so we really try to get people just intentional about how they'd like to feel, and then spending time with the thoughts that allow that to happen. It's just like being intentional about the people that you want to spend your time with.
Mm-hmm.
You want to spend time with people who make you feel awful about yourself?
Right.
No. You like to spend time with people who are supportive and encouraging and kind. Sometimes they're very direct in their feedback, but they've got your best interests at heart. Those are the same kinds of thoughts you want to spend time with.
Right. And sometimes just sorting out that process, if you've been skillfully practicing negativity for a few decades,
you get really good at it.
It's not going to happen. You're not going to unravel all that overnight, are you?
No, I like to say to people, you're going to be awful at this. You're going to be terrible. You're going to go home and you're not going to be any good at it. So dare to be, average and not be all that good at it, and then keep practicing. Keep practicing, and you will get better at it. It will get easier, and over time, you will strengthen that muscle, and the other habitual negative thoughts weakens.
Almost out of time, but very quickly, do we, as a rule, put too much pressure on ourselves, period?
Yes. Is that a quick enough answer
That's
for you?
a fantastic answer.
Yes, we do put too much pressure on ourselves. I say to people, dare to be average.
Right.
Just be good enough. And anybody who doesn't accept you as just good enough, you really don't need to be impressing them anyhow.
We're fresh out of time, and it's very disappointing because this is just getting warmed up. Please come back. We'll talk the anxiety, because you did anxiety, depression, relationships, and addiction, and we just barely scratched the surface with anxiety. And I have a feeling that all of the other three are pretty interconnected, stemming from the whole anxiety topic. Don Schooler from Jericho Counselling in Vancouver, a couple of locations, 8805 West Broadway, down in Cole Harbour at 510 Burrard, or if a little Burnaby Metrotown action is more your style, 4720 Kingsway. They'll put you where you are most likely to feel best.
Exactly.
And we'll see you next time right here on Boomer Life.